Today we'll be exploring the Cambridge Police Station, the largest Brotherhood steel outpost outside of the Pwydwin at the Boston Airport. When you first arrive, you'll find a gang of ghouls attacking Danse and Scribe Haylen, as well as Knight Reese, who'll be lying on the floor here, injured. Now, what you can grab when you enter this area, first off, Danse doesn't really die. Unless you try to kill him after the ghoul attack, he won't die, neither will anyone else here, so you can basically let them whittle down the ghouls. Knight Kane over here has a laser rifle, and there's lots of ammunition here. Grab everything that you can, and you can kite the ghouls until you kill all of them. After which, you can talk to Danse. It'll start the quest that takes you over to ArcJet systems, but you don't need to go and do that just yet. And the door will be locked until you complete that, in which case he will unlock the door and you'll now have access to the police station. If you never ever come here, you will eventually come here with the railroad as you're trying to defeat the Brotherhood of Steel. They will also arrive here. Now, this is the motor pool. You don't normally see this because the door is closed and it's only accessible from inside the police station. So there's lots of ammo in here. There is a toolbox and a power armor station. And again, once you leave it open, it'll just stay open for your playthrough, which means it'll be easy access. Heading in. Now, we are entering from the motor pool here, which is just found at the bottom of the stairs. It took me a few thousand hours to realise it even existed. It goes to show you have to be very thorough when you check out these places. So I'll show you exactly where you enter. Right through here. This is the exit and the entrance to the police station. The primary one that most people use. Over to the right, you'll find a little sleeping area where Scribe Haylen and Reese will be chilling. Gladius's personal terminal. Now, Gladius is the name of the Recon team that is under the command of Paladin Danse. You can see that their orders here are to proceed to the Commonwealth to perform a standard long-range recon operation, LRRO. Report any unusual activity using the standard long-range communications to Scabbard. Extraction time undetermined. Paladin Danse. Now, when it comes to his personal logs, there's a lot you can see here. After several months, my squad have just crossed the border and entered the Commonwealth. We've chosen to immediately search the Boston region with the intention of finding a secure building to use as recon headquarters. Soon after, my squad was ambushed by raiders. Knight Kane's power armor was destroyed and we lost some of our supplies. Fortunately, we were able to repel the attack and continue our mission. So you can see if Knight Kane actually had his power armor, he might have survived the ghoul attack out there, as he only just died as you arrived to the battle. Log 2, we found a secure building in Cambridge that appears to be a former police station. We were able to clear the building, recover a good deal of supplies and ammunition from pre-war caches inside. According to Scribe Haylen, this location is structurally sound and highly defensible. I've decided to establish our headquarters here for the time being. After Haylen identified the Corvega factory in Lexington as a possible site for containing viable pre-war technology, we initiated a sweep and retrieve. Abdaz do a site survey, found it was held by a large force of raiders. I gave the go-ahead and we attempted a breach. As we approached, our squad was hit with gunfire, Knight Warwick was wounded, so I decided to fall back to Cambridge. During our retreat, Knight Barge stepped on a landmine. Scribe Haylen attempted to treat him, but Brack was succumbed to his wounds and died. Let it be noted for the record that Haylen is to be commended for her efforts. It's been 2 days since our failed operation at Corvega, and I'm sad to report that Knight Warwick has died. His gunshot wounds had left him paralysed and internally bleeding. Scribe Haylen informed me that he was suffering and had less than a 5% chance of recovery. I authorised her to inject him with an overdose of painkillers and put him to rest. I'd once again like to commend her for her work in keeping Warwick alive, and for following my orders without question. We sustained another casualty at grid reference A113. This area contains the ruins of the Boston Airport and Fort Strong. The airport was almost completely abandoned, but Fort Strong has been turned out to be infested by super mutants. We were hoping to resupply at the armory there, but Knight Sergeant Dawes was killed. This is the second location I've ordered a retreat from since we arrived, and the third member of my team to die. I recommend a complete bombardment of this location in the future. Obviously, we then go and take it with Danse. So, what's curious is there's a bit of sentimentality when Danse is actually trying to retake Fort Strong with you, although he never actually references his sergeant as far as I'm aware. Scribe Haylen has been picking up unusual energy readings in her instruments, which is the teleporting in and out of the Institute using their relay, which is actually the classical musical station. She claims that they are onto an extreme high-band spectrum frequency, which is highly unlikely to be pre-war in origin. The readings are also sporadic, and they only appear in very short amounts of time and in very specific locations. The decay on these signals is severe. They appear to disappear off Haylen's instruments after several hours. We don't have the equipment necessary to track the readings, so we're attempting to use triangulation to discover the point of origin. Lastly, we've been attempting to contact Scabbard with the energy readings that Haylen has collected, but the police station's high-grain antenna was damaged by a super mutant rocket attack and we can't transmit the data. Haylen is attempting to repair the antenna, but she isn't certain we have the parts we need at this time. That's where, of course, you come in. When it came to the personnel, you can see they had Haylen, Warwick, they had Brack, they had Keen, Knight Reese, and Sergeant Dawes. Deceased. Reese is alive. Kane just died. Brack died. Warwick died. And obviously Haylen is still kicking. Now, when you're over here, you will be able to nip in here and listen to her personal log. Let's have a little listen whilst we're here.
Field Scribe Haylen, personal log entry 324A. I'm starting to wonder if joining the Brotherhood of Steel was a good choice. I originally signed up seeking protection and comradeship, but I'm worried that I've traded away a bit of my humanity in the process. The Brotherhood's message of hope for the future is idealistic and noble, but their methods leave a lot to be desired. The leadership seems especially misguided. Instead of diplomacy, they wield violent confrontation to exert control. Despite all that, I've been successfully avoiding the fighting by following the career path of a field scribe. I suppose only time will tell how long I can stand the sight of spilled blood over my own moral fiber.
So, that was a little bit of her grappling with herself and joining the Brotherhood. Ad Victoriam, sister. So, Ad Victoriam, of course, being the saying, slogan of the Brotherhood of Steel. It means to victory in Latin. Now, this safe here, it's an expert locked one. If you open it, you will not find a big guns or guns and bullets comic. Now, the reason for that is it doesn't spawn until the Pudwin arrives. So, once you kill Kellogg and the Pudwin arrives and Shadow of Steel begins, this will lock itself again. So don't worry if you've already unlocked it. It doesn't really matter all that much because it will respawn and the comic will then be inside. So in case any of you are looking for that comic and haven't found it yet, you need to progress further into the storyline. And yes, if you turn on the Brotherhood, kill them, or do whatever, it doesn't matter. It'll still be there provided they've arrived in the Commonwealth, which is part of the main quest line, so you've got to get to that point. Anyway, the armory is well stocked, lots of meds, lots of ammo. Be sure to grab everything you can. There's a little terminal here as well. To which it should be mentioned that this place was one of the primary locations for the Eddie Winter investigation. We've got sedition logs for Holbrook, which you can see here that a lot of equipment, pamphlets, your right to work was recovered from a suspect's desk. Unionized today, which obviously is spelt wrong. And a few other things. The Adams public intoxication logs, where the object recovered was a set of clothes abandoned at the scene, and 2 bottles of platinum inebriator sent to the trash. Now, this goes on to tell you about the holotapes, where there was one returned agent Mitchell at the Boston BAD TFL, the Bureau of Alcohol, Drugs, something and Firearms and Lasers, I think. Tobacco, Firearms and Lasers, I think. I don't know what the D actually stands for in that one, but it's like, yeah, Bureau of Alcohol, D for something, and then it's Tobacco, Firearms and Lasers. And then the other one was sent to the Malden Police Department, so that's where you find another one of them. And then there's the Nelson endangerment logs, where 2 spools of 200-inch copper wire or copper cable was recovered, 3 Fusion PAL home nuclear reactors, and 1 bag containing the remains of TJM home stereo system. There you go. Now that we've got all of that, the next building here is the prison cell. They actually put they put someone inside here in a later on quest line. Obviously their inactive distress pulsar is why they haven't really been able to get any recovery, anyone to come and help them. And then, of course, Knight Reese will be walking about, so you'll be able to get reoccurring quests from both Haylen and Reese, where they'll send you across the Commonwealth to recover, recover an item for you, or to just clear a place out if you're playing with Reese. Now, once you're exiting out of this place, the one thing you will know is that after the Pudwin arrives, there will eventually be a mini nuke that spawns up on the roof here. You'll visit this location several times in order to board a vertibird, either to get to the Pudwin with the Brotherhood, to get to the Pudwin as the railroad. Although the Institute and Minutemen never tend to bother with this particular location in their final lines, if you decide to go against the Brotherhood in this case. Right, of course, where are we? Cambridge Police Station is located in the centre of the map. It's directly south of the town of Lexington. Once you get to College Square, you're pretty close, and it's not that far away from the CIT ruins as well. The Fraternal Post 115 is actually a place that Nate was meant to do a speech at, and we were looking at that in the previous episode. Next up is College Square. Let's go find where all these ghouls are coming from. Thank you for watching.